Okay, I'm at 9333 Gardenside Lane in Loveland, Ohio, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're mainly looking for structural issues, but really anything that's of concern to the buyer. The access point here is a stack in the center left of the basement. You can see there's this little cubby back in here. Here's the stack. If you look on the other side, I don't know how much you can really see, but there is the AC unit. So you have to kind of walk around and tuck behind. It's a pretty small section behind the finished area of the basement. But this is the furthest upstream we can get. There's an outside clean out in the rear, but it does have a sweep on it, so it would force you to only go downstream. And so here we want to start as far upstream as possible. This is the only other access this far back. And the line does go out the rear. And so the age of the home means it should be PVC all the way out to the main. And so you'll see other things coming in. Mainly those would be the downstairs restroom, that probably comes pretty close, and the area drain or floor drain for the HVAC, which would be kind of right behind this. It goes over towards the center of the building. That's where it Y's in. There's been a ton of water ran through here. To test the fixtures. And so any low spots will be highlighted by water. Here we'll run a whole lot of water up down the stacks. Because the stack is open. But as you can see here, if you look in the top of the screen there, you can see there's a connection right when we get through here, and this is that outside cleanout. So it's about 40 feet of interior pipe before it gets outside. And then we switch over to a green. It is also a PVC, but the inside white pipe is called Schedule 40. It's the rating of the pipe thickness, wall thickness. And then the outside stuff, the green stuff, is SDR 35. It's just a different rating system. This is a ratio pipe thickness. But they're roughly the same strength and everything, except two different rating systems. And the exterior lines on the straight pieces tend to have gaskets that allow a little bit of movement. Meaning, like if the earth moves a little bit, it gives a little bit of leeway instead of snapping off the pipe. But in this case, these are all very tight seams, which is what we're hoping for here. We're getting ready to turn down deeper. You can see in the bottom left hand corner that there's an angle indicator, so you can see how big of a pitch the line has. Minimum is 1%. It's like 1/8 of an inch per foot. So obviously, for one, 30 to 40 degrees is a pretty large drop off. It should keep the water moving pretty quickly. At the main. So looks really good. Don't see any issues at all. Just trying to rinse the camera off a little bit there. But yeah, the line looks really good. Didn't see any structural issues at all. No root intrusion or anything yet. There's no really mature trees, so nothing of any concern. So I will, as we pull back, we'll take another look. But all 89 to 90 feet there. Make sure, see if we can get a little bit of that off the lens. We wiped the camera off, but there's a little haze on the one side there. And we can see, obviously, and that tends to happen pushing through the sewer line, but I just wanted to make sure we could see as well as possible. And you can actually see there, right there at that seam, there's a little gasket in there. And so that just allows for a little bit of movement. So you can't glue them, but it just allows, if the ground moves a little bit with temperature, stuff like that, if it's shallow, or if the earth moves a little bit, it gives a little bit of leeway for so that the pipes don't snap or shear off. That gives the floor drain there for the HVAC. This is the other stack coming in from the left as this moves across the center. And that last turn is where the bathroom is, where it turns and goes out of the house. On the rear right, if you're facing the house, is where the line leaves the house. So we are obviously back out of the clean out. And everything looked great. Didn't see really anything of any note. No concern whatsoever. Everything looked great. The pitch was great. Sometimes you'll see on some of these newer ones, they have spots where the line is sunk, where, like right after they put them in, if they don't bed the pipe very well. Sometimes you'll find low spots in the line or bellies. And this whole line looked really good, so nothing to worry about, nothing to report. And so that'll end the inspection at 9333 Gardenside Lane in Loveland, Ohio.